What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Sons of Silicon video. In this video we're going to be talking about a new series I'm going to be creating called Why Would You Drive That in Forza 6. So essentially we're going to be taking cars that you normally wouldn't want to drive and seeing if we can make them track day cars. So if you have a day with your friends, you want to play, you want to bring something different than what everyone else is bringing, then you can use these cars if you so please. So today we're going to be looking at the 1991 GMC Cyclone, stock as a D-Class car, 280 horsepower, 360 pound-foot of torque, weighing in at 3,600 pounds roughly. So this is the first one we're looking at. So let's go ahead and take this car and upgrade it. Now, I want to aim for making this an A-Class car because I feel like A-Class is the general kind of medium where most people want to race the car. So we're going to be aiming for A, nothing higher. We could probably make it into an S or so, but I want to make it somewhat competitive, hopefully. Anyway, so 345s in the rear look like they're going to be good. I'm going to put two 55s in the front. And in terms of rims, I have a pretty easy choice. I come all the way to the end here and pick up these TC 105Ns. Again, they take off 34 pounds off the stock rims and they look pretty good, so we're gonna add those. We've already done the tires and things. Let's go ahead and go into, I'm gonna leave the drivetrain all-wheel drive. The engine I'm gonna leave exactly the same, but I will change aspiration to twin turbos. And then from here, let's see if it has any aero stuff. So we can put a splitter on the front. Let's check with the wing in the back. Okay, so let's put the wing in the back and the aero out front. It looks pretty cool so far. And let's go ahead and do things like the brakes. Add the bigger brakes. The suspension is a definite one we have to do. Select that. Anti-roll bars. Again, something that you have to do. Front and rear. And then I don't usually put anti-roll bars into my cars, well, drag cars, but this one's a circuit car, so we're gonna put that there, as well as weight reduction. And now let's do the drive line, so the clutch, transmission, and all that kind of stuff. Put a raised clutch into here, put a raised transmission, and that's gonna put us very close to so it's 597, so super close to A-Class, which is where we want to be. So let's put that in there, and then now we have basically everything else done except for the engine. So let's go ahead and do the raised turbos. I'm gonna camshaft it. So 427 pound-feet of torque, cars weighing just over 3,000 pounds. Let's go ahead and do the block. Actually, you know what, before we do the block, let's add the flywheel and exhaust. Let's add that. It'll make it exactly at A700. We have 439 pound-feet of torque. Sorry, 439 horsepower, 489 pound-feet of torque, and the car is just under 3,000 pounds. It's gonna make it pretty cool. So now let's go ahead and do a blind tune. Again, I don't know what to expect from this car because it's not really designed for these kind of things, but we're gonna go ahead and put a blind tune on it. Leave the gearing as it is. In terms of camber, I'm going to put a 2.0 on the front and then a 1.0 on the rear. Leave everything else. Ride height's got to come all the way down. Leave everything else here. Downforce I'm going to not touch for now. Balance I'll leave. So here, I'm going to make this 75, make this 45, and then push this to about 75% to the rear. So now that's done, we have a pretty good car. The top speed isn't great. I mean, it's got a lot of horsepower, but it's not great. Let's go ahead and do a test drive. Let's go ahead and do it on Monza because it's got a good amount of straights and a good amount of corners. So we'll see how it handles high speed sweepers along with, you know, some sharp left and right turns. So if you guys do like the series, leave a like in the comments, not the comments, but leave a like on the video and do comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about it. Again, this is just episode 1 of this. So in terms of how it looks, I think it looks pretty cool. I could definitely see this racing online. Again, you're not going to break any leaderboards with it, but I think it looks pretty cool from the outside. Let's see how it sounds. So you can definitely hear those turbos. See how it sounds from inside. Oh yeah, you can hear those turbos. Let's go ahead and let's launch it. Let's see what we can do with this car. Okay, so no fuss off the line. Pretty solid acceleration as well. Took off actually very, very well. Let's see how it handles in the first corner. Hard on the brakes. So, okay, so it doesn't want to stop. Maybe that was my fault. Again, the suspension is pretty low. But there is no fuss in terms of getting off the line. So I think if we can take the corner properly, we should be able to just floor it out of the corner. So this high-speed sweeper, no problem. There is absolutely zero fuss in the car. Let's see, I'm going to brake a little bit early for this one. Downshift in a second. Cut this a little bit. Now, it's still a bit stiff. I'm not going to say it's a great car, but that being said, I think that if you were to bring this online with your friends as an A-Class and race against, you know, the normal things that people race in A-Class, the Camaros, the Corvettes, I don't think you would win, but I think for some cars, this would definitely put some pressure on your friends. I mean, it's not a fast car, don't get me wrong. It's in a straight line, you're probably going to get smushed by a lot of things. But it turns very well. It's got zero problems off the line. There's no wheel spin. The brakes are surprisingly good. And I mean, for what it is, I'm actually very surprised. Would I use this? Why not? I mean, for someone that's just to go online and just have a good time, this is an amazing car. I mean, again, the 255s I think are the perfect size in the front. I think the rears we could bring down a little bit. But that being said, you know what? I think the fact that we have thicker tires in the rear probably help with braking a little bit. So here we go with another high-speed sweeper. I mean, the car does want to push a little bit. But I mean, you know what? If you want a car that has a lot of grip, that doesn't have a lot of fuss, that you don't have to worry about correcting, this car is actually not that bad. For four-wheel drive, it's got no fuss off the line, it handles well, the brakes are good. Now this is the turn we messed up on last time, so let's see if I can get this car to stop on this first corner here. Now I did brake a little bit early because I didn't want to do what I did last time. So again, these are some slow speed sweepers. And you really feel the fact that it's four-wheel drive, has a long wheelbase. It's not going to be the fastest through those sweepers, especially at low speeds, but then we have a high-speed sweeper here, and you can see that I'm flat out. Right, I'm flat out, I'm holding it, and the car is just taking the corner like a champ. There's no wiggle, not much fuss. Let's downshift here. Now, these are, again, low-speed sweepers. Let's see how the car does. I mean, again, it does have a tendency to push, but it's actually not as bad as you think it is. So the first episode of Why Would You Drive That actually turned out to be quite a surprising one. I didn't think this car was going to do this well. I honestly didn't think it was going to do well. And I honestly think if you made it into an S-Class and put a little bit more power into it, that's the thing, like, can't take every corner too quick. I think if you can get the car to rotate a little bit more, actually, for my personal preference, that this would be even better car. And I think it can still also use a rear bias, a little bit more of a rear bias, because right now it's about 75% of the rear. I think maybe around 80% would be a good medium for this car, because then it'll allow it to kind of kick out a little bit more, which for my personal preference is actually, like, I prefer that. I like that. I like the car to be a little bit, you know, pushy, a little bit of oversteer. This car has a lot of grip though. So if you want a grip build, this is a good one. I'm going to leave the tune on the marketplace for anyone that's interested in downloading it. You guys saw how I did it anyways, so I mean, if you want to download it and save some time, you can do that. Or if you want to just take my tune from the video, go ahead and do that, and, you know, make the adjustments that you need to make it even better. You can also, by all means, do that. So guys, this looks like we're coming to the end of the video and across the line. So so that brings us to the end of the video. For those of you guys that always wanted to drive the GMC Cyclone but didn't know how good it is, it's actually a pretty decent car in A-Class. Again, you're not going to be doing any sort of leaderboard racing with this, but to have fun with your friends, you know, you're going to put some of their cars, put your money where your mouth is and be like, you know, put some pressure on some of the other A-Class cars in this game. This car is actually a pretty good A-Class car. Anyways, guys, if you did enjoy the episode, let me know in the comment section below. Leave a like so I know to make more of these videos. I will continue to make more of this series, which is called Why Would You Drive That in Forza 6. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out.